Good evening, candidates. Today is 19th April 2025. We are starting this bank interview class session today. We are on from question number 251. Subiksha is the only candidate who has come. I request her to read from 251. Please read.
Sir, you're not audible, sir.
I am not audible.
Yes, sir. Now the voice is very good.
No, 1 minute. Now, excuse me, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
You are able to hear me? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This mic is not moving very well. Doesn't matter. Okay. Yeah. Please read from question number 251.
Question 251. What is the difference between a soiled note and a mutilated note? A note which gets dirty over time and torn is called soiled note. And when the note is split into more than two pieces or torn, is called a mutilated note.
Good. Thank you. Continue. 252.
252. What is special crossing in a check?
Please read.
If two parallel lines are drawn across the check with the name of the bank, the lines are called special or restricted crossing.
Yeah. Say simply two
Question
parallel transfer lines that alone will tell it is crossing. That is general crossing. But if the name of another bank is written inside that crossing, it is known as special crossing, meaning that the check is payable only to that bank. Continue.
253. What is known to be the general crossing of a check? General crossing of a check bears across its face an addition of two parallel crosswise lines.
Please read again. 253.
Crossing of a check bears across space an addition of two parallel crosswise lines.
Good. Continue.
Question 252. What is a demand draft? Demand draft is a bill of exchange drawn by a bank on another bank or by itself to its other branch to pay to the third party.
Yeah. See, in the case of demand draft, what will happen? Of course, nowadays it is not very popular because people can remit money through GPay, Phone Pay, and all. There is no need for them to come to bank also. So now, see what is a demand draft? You have to go to a bank, get a demand draft application form, fill up that form stating the date on which you are taking the demand draft, the from which branch you are taking the demand draft of which bank, and you are asking for demand draft drawn on which place, Bombay, Delhi, Calcutta, or whatever it is. And you will also state in whose favor you want this demand draft, and you will state for how much amount you want this demand draft. So what you will do, you will fill it up properly and also give your signature and address also. Thereafter, you will remit the money to the bank. Up to 50,000 rupees you can remit as cash. Beyond that means it has to be routed through your account only by your giving a check, not only for the amount of the demand draft, but you have to pay the commission for that also. Each bank has got its own rate of commission. So including that you will pay. Then after the money is received, the clerical staff at the branch will make out the demand draft favoring the person in whose favor you are asking, and it will be signed by the officer with his signature being identified by this number given to him. Then it will be handed over to the purchaser, that is yourself, after getting a signature from you on the reverse of the challan. Then you can send it to your beneficiary in the other place. He will present it to his bank. Through his bank, it will go to the branch of the bank on which the DD has been drawn, and it will be paid. So that is the system of demand draft. But nowadays it is not very popular, because everybody is using phone pay, GPay, and all that. There is no need for going to them or making payment through online itself. Continue.
255. Give
Hmm.
some of the features of demand draft. It is issued by one bank to another bank. It is only payable to the payee
No,
written on the demand draft, and
it
it
is
is
issued by one branch of a bank on another branch of a bank. Understand? Say Indian Bank Chennai will issue a
it is payable
demand
to the
draft
payee.
on Indian Bank Mumbai or Kolkata. Yeah, continue. It is
It is only payable to the payable to payee written on the demand draft, and it is payable on demand.
continue.
The purchaser of the DD need not be a customer of the bank. DD
Continue.
cannot be stopped except by court order. Amount is refunded if DD is not delivered. It is an unconditional order of payment.
Yeah. So these are the important points. Could you understand them? Are you able to follow? That is, the money, the demand draft is payable only when it is demanded. Supposing the purchaser makes a demand draft, he sends it to beneficiary and the beneficiary keeps it in his pocket. Bank is not liable to give it. The beneficiary has to go to his bank, deposit there, and his bank has to send it to our branch, which has to make payment. Could you follow this?
Yes,
Purjidama,
sir.
Subiksha Purjida.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
Very
sir.
good. Please read 256.
256. What do you mean by speed clearing in checks? Speed clearing refers to the collection of outstation checks to the local clearing.
Continue.
Sir, இதுவும் check truncation system ஒன்றும் sir.
ரெண்டு ஒண்ணுதான். Check truncationங்கிறது
CTS.
என்ன? Yes, check truncation system is a system whereby the collecting bank takes image of the check front side and back side and sends that image through its service branch, and service branch in turn will go and present it through Reserve Bank of India. So it is the same thing. But now it is
Okay.
this was written, say about 10 years back when the speed clearing was there. But nowadays there is no question of that. Nowadays, even checks drawn on Bombay are cleared within 3 days when you put it in Chennai, because everything is done through internet. But the process
Okay.
adopted is check truncation system. Continue.
Question 257. Why some banks are said to be systemically important bank, and give some examples. A systemically important financial institution is a bank, insurance company, or other financial institution whose failure might trigger a financial crisis. Example, State Bank of India, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank.
1 minute. Two people are coming. Yeah. Now, systemically important bank. Please read this also. What is your name? Subiksha. Please read in India.
In India, domestic systemically important banks (DSIBs) are identified by the Reserve Bank of India (RBI) based on their size, complexity, interconnectedness, and other factors that could lead to the significant disruption if they were to fail. These banks, known as too big to fail, are assigned a DSIB status and are subject to additional regulatory requirements.
Continue.
Selection criteria, size, banks with assets exceeding a certain percentage, example, 2% of India's GDP, are considered for the DSIB list. Compo- Composite score. A composite score is calculated based on several factors, including size, cross-jurisdictional activity, complexity, substitutability, and interconnectedness. Threshold score. Banks exceeding a predetermined threshold score are classified as DSIBs. Additional information. DSIBs are placed in buckets ranging from 1 to 5 based on their systemic importance scores (SIS). Banks in higher buckets have stricter capital requirements. Additional common equity tier 1 set 1. Then those in lower buckets. The
Than
additional
those.
set
Hello,
1
no, read,
requirement for
read,
DSIBs.
read properly. Than, please read again. Banks.
Than banks in higher buckets have stricter capital requirements, additional common equity tier 1, CET1, than those in lower
Hello, hello,
buckets.
hello. How did you read this? Than.
Than,
But you are telling us then. That is why I wanted you to read it again. Read again. Banks in higher
okay, sir.
buckets.
Banks in higher buckets have stricter capital requirements, additional common equity tier 1, than those in lower buckets.
Good. Then continue.
The additional CET1 requirement for the SIBs is in addition to the capital conservation buffer.
Continue.
Examples of the SIBs in India include State Bank of India, SBI, HDFC Bank, and ICICI Bank. The RBI released the 2024 list of the SIBs on November 13, 2024.
So, as on date, this is the list of banks that are called as DSIBs. In fact, once the name of Axis Bank was also there, but now it has been removed from that list. It has been removed from that list. 1 minute. I am just posting this one in our WhatsApp group so that other candidates can also read this. But of course, this much tough questions they will not ask, excepting for MBA finance students. MBA finance students, they may be asked this question. Good, very good. Now we are going to this one. Yeah. Which one? Now, please read question number
258, sir.
258. Yeah.
What do you mean by endorse? Endorse is described as giving someone or something your approval or authorizing the payment of a payment with one signature.
Continue.
Question 259. What is known as electronic benefit? Question 259. What is known as electronic benefit transfer (EBT)? Electronic benefit transfer is a product offered under financial inclusion which facilitates payments to reach the intended beneficiaries of government sponsored schemes through bank accounts.
Mm.
Question 260. What is known as participatory notes? P notes. Participatory notes are financial instruments required by investors or hedge funds to invest in Indian securities without having to register with the Securities and Exchange Board of India (SEBI).
Very good. Thank you. Now we will close this with this.